church that they just kind of went because their parents made them, but it was actually the opposite for me. Like, I remember being 4 years old, in my earliest memory of Jesus, actually asking my mom, we were at my grandpa's house, and asking my mom, I want to give my life to Jesus. And it wasn't something that she was saying or anything. I just had it in my heart. And my mom was like, here, Grandpa's okay. And so she took me into the bathroom. That was the only private place. And I remember kneeling down and my mom praying and me asking Jesus to come into my life as a kid. As a kid, I was also on a worship team, and I was given a role of like leadership, even in kids' church. And I'd be able to pray for people, and sometimes I'd be able to speak. And I was on this worship team to where we would travel up and down California, speaking at camps and worshiping at camps. And I remember when I was about 12 years old being at one of these camps. And this, I'll never forget this. I was at a camp. It was in Santa Cruz, California, the mountains of Santa Cruz, California, and the pastor was preaching, and it was a night that was just powerful. I don't know if you've ever sensed like the weighty presence of God in a service, but it was so powerful to where at the altar call, kids were crying, kids were manifesting. I believe demons were getting cast out. It was wild at a kids camp. And it was one of those moments when God's presence was so thick to where it was almost kind of scary. And I remember the pastor got on the mic, his name was Jason, and over the mic he calls and he said, RJ, where's RJ? Someone get me RJ, I need him. And he didn't know this, but at the time, I was actually all the way hiding in the back of the auditorium. It was at a summer camp, it was at night, and I made sure I looked around, no one saw me, and I was underneath a pew. And at that same moment, I was calling out to God, and I felt like He was calling me into full-time ministry when I was about 12. And I was having this moment, and I was like, God, I want to be a pastor. I want to tell people about